This is Paco Ojeda,
Coffee and Headlines.
I'm Paco Kaizen, Paco Santata from Japan, Kyoto, Japan.
And I'm Leroy, Paco's cousin from the United States. At the Paco Show, we get together on Facebook, look at headlines and information that may help you have a more fulfilling life here in Puerto Vallarta. And to learn more about Mexico as a community of English-speaking locals.
Always a pleasure to get together with you. The first time, write the word no. If you have a question, write the word Q first. And don't forget, your licks, homemade ice cream, is Paco's favorite. It's so good.
But Paco's real favorite is Todd the Churner.
And so now, it's here's Paco!
I'm so sorry. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. What just happened? Oh my God. Oh my God. I am so sorry. This is so funny because you may or may not remember a few days ago, I invited members of our community. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. I invited members of our community to submit their own versions of the introduction to Coffee and Headlines. And this happened. I mean, our dear friends, Todd and Kathleen from Licks submitted not one, not two, but four intros. And and I spent the whole afternoon yesterday laughing and figuring out which one would I play first. And this is the one that I played first. And it is I just adore this community that you have created, and this, it is such a privilege to be part of this group of really fun people that we all get to meet and that we all get to spend time with here in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, I'm back. I really am back. Anybody that is a supporting member, anybody that is a regular member of our gatherings every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10:30 in the morning is more than welcome to send us a video. Just send me a message if you would like some more information on how to do that and so forth and so on. Let me take a quick look at who's here. As always, we are always so happy to let's see who's, oh my God, Kathleen, there you are. I haven't stopped laughing. My throat is sore because of you. I cannot thank you guys enough for being so awesome and for being so creative. And anybody who has not been to Licks Ice Cream and had a chance to meet Todd and Kathleen, you could not possibly meet nicer people in this town. Thank you so very much. I hope it was not an inconvenience for you guys to take some time to create those really funny intros. I love your Japanese version of my doon 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 doons, and I'm going to have to start making sounds like you guys make. Those were absolutely wonderful. Okay, we're here. Dan is here from Versalles. Rod is here from Thetis Island. It's great to see you. Alan, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Who else is here? Bob, good morning to you and to everybody else. Good heavens. I can't stop laughing. Michael thinks he dropped into a theater. Michael, I have a special news item just for you and your curious obsession with crocodiles. I saw this headline this morning. I'm like, oh, this one is for Michael. I love it. I tell you, Paul, when we combine that or we compare that with that introduction that you submitted, I think, you have your work cut out for you. I mean, how could you possibly live comfortably knowing that the Turner and his wife submitted something so spectacular? What are you going to do next? I wonder. What else? Lorraine likes that. Love those two. Thank you very much. I love them too. And I am so honored to be their friend. I really am. Dawn Marie asks, what's in the ice cream? I really wish I could tell you. All I know is what's in the brownies, but I don't make the ice cream. Luna looks impressed. For a change, she's not like just sleeping. She's being observant, although she caused a major ruckus this morning. I'll tell you about that in a little while. Let's see who else is here. Brad is here from Colima. It's nice to see you, Brad. All kinds of wonderful friends. Great news. Raymond says that, went to Oregano, met Taco the pig. I am so very happy that you had a good time over there. They just published a new photo on their Facebook page where Taco the pig is like lying right at the door of the restaurant, taking the sun because the sun is hitting Taco directly and just taking a wonderful nap. It was wonderful. Let's see. Sherry, like the intro. Thank you very much. Rita, looking good. It's great to see you. Paul says, just you wait. I wonder if Eileen to the left will submit a special introduction for Coffee and Headlines. Maybe she will, because she likes to be, I hear Eileen to the left likes to be on top, not on the left, but what do I know about those details? Today is a curious day with news that are difficult to explain. I'm going to try to do my best in explaining all these things. Primarily the main issue having to do with security in Puerto Vallarta or lack of thereof. But before we go into that, we will, let me just acknowledge this one. Michael, it was great to meet you in person at the drag brunch on Sunday. I always love getting to meet people in person that are friends through this community because it is very nurturing. It is very nurturing, and I appreciate running into each and every one of you as we go around the city, having our lives here in Puerto Vallarta. So let us continue and take a look at the news. Boom. Okay, so this is the news, and this is difficult to explain, but I'll try to do my best because this is completely new to me. The former head of security and head of the police in Puerto Vallarta, Misael Lopez Muro, is a city official that had been under close scrutiny since 2018 when he failed. There is a certain type of test that policemen take in which it is determined whether they are trustworthy or not trustworthy. And this gentleman failed his test, and he had been trying to keep his post and stayed in charge of the police in Puerto Vallarta. And somehow he was being sheltered by our mayor because even though he had failed the standards of trust in his position, he was still in charge. Well, the state government, and that is the government coming from Governor Alfaro, decided he'd had enough. So this man who sat overseeing the police while a group of visitors were kidnapped from Fluvial while a former governor was shot at a local restaurant and so forth and so on, has now been taken off his charge, his post, and now the police in Puerto Vallarta is going to be supervised by the Marines, by the Secretary of Marines. This is a new unprecedented effort in how the police is administered and managed in our city. What we read here is that, needless to say, this is a wake-up call for members of the police in Puerto Vallarta if by any chance they have been in complicity with any kind of any kind of organized crime or any kind of influential type of situation. This is supposed to end now because the Marine is going to be in charge of the police. This, of course, is a major blow to Mayor Alfaro, who is now being not accused, but it is pretty clear that through the whole period that Mayor Alfaro has been in charge, we have had major problems in police security in Puerto Vallarta. Let's see if I can showcase something from this article that says failed is the perfect adjective to describe public security in Puerto Vallarta. And this is the dark legacy that Arturo Dávalos, our mayor, leaves as a mayor of our city. After the Secretary of Marine confirmed that they will take charge of security in our city starting today, it is also confirmed that there has been a strategy of security between the mayor and everything that has happened during his 5 years of being a mayor that have been useless to our city. It is that clear and that bold what the paper is saying. So needless to say, this is going to be a wake-up call for the police and hopefully a better situation for us citizens in matters of public security. The article continues saying, it is not clear at this time how much the Secretary of the Marine will be involved in the Puerto Vallarta police force as a corporation, but it is a fact that because they have been called to intervene, that Mayor Alfaro clearly is incapable of running his own police force. Talk about a big bomb, and this is, of course, a bit of news that is difficult to explain clearly, and is difficult to see at this point what exactly is going to happen. But we just read about it this morning. Let me take a quick look at your comments. I see that Alan is asking, what does the test entail? Honestly, I don't know exactly what the test entails, Alan, but I can tell you that it must be some kind of quality control test that public funcionarios, public workers, and members of our government have to take so that we can be certain that they are fulfilling their job. Let me take a quick look at other comments and questions. And wow, things they are changing, says Charlotte. Hopefully for the better. That's what I say. Christy speculates, and again, it's difficult to tell. All I can hope for, dear friends, is that this will mean that the city will be safer than it already is and better taken care of in terms of police force and so forth and so on. We will have to see in the next few days exactly how this situation unfolds. And needless to say, we will keep you posted of this very important bit of news. Moving right along, it is great to know that yet another shipment of 219,000 doses of the vaccine from Pfizer have arrived. This time they landed in Monterrey. No, I take that back. They landed in Mexico City's international airport, and then some of them also landed in Monterrey, where they are going to be distributed over there. It is good to see that the vaccination program continues forward without major incident, although we did report on a couple of influential wannabes that wanted to get their vaccine before they were supposed to. But for the most part, this is moving ahead without incident. This one also requires a little bit of explaining. These are protesters that are taking over the toll booths in major interstate highways in Mexico. This has been happening in in other states of the country, and now they have arrived in Jalisco, in our state. Let me explain a little bit of who they are and what is going on and what you can expect if you are driving by car and you get on a toll highway and all of a sudden you run into a mob like this. The good news is that for us passengers or drivers, nothing really changes. The people that are in charge of these takeovers, these hostile takeovers of the booths in the highways, are a group called, where are they called? Oh, they're a group that are part of an association called Desobediencia Civil, or Civil Disobedience. And they have been manifesting in different highways around the country, saying that Mexico should not charge for tolls at the highways because the highways are federal throughways that are free of any kind of jurisdiction according to the 11th article of our Constitution. Now, I don't have the Constitution in front of me, so I cannot really confirm or deny that this is the case, but these folks claim that, okay, the highways have been built, so we shouldn't have to continue paying for them because they are built and they're completed, and now we think that everybody should be able to go through the highway without paying a toll. And while you're here driving through the highway, we are going to keep your toll. I would like that job, maybe, if they have decent bathrooms. But of course, this civil disobedience organization is forgetting that highways need maintenance and they need to be kept as, and we know that so well here in Puerto Vallarta. So what is the government doing about this? Well, clearly not enough, because this is happening elsewhere in the country and it is happening now here. I suppose it is one of those situations that is going to be stopped by the government at some point or another, especially if it gets out of hand. What's most important for me here is to know that if you are driving, as Carol is mentioning, that they encountered these protest booths in northern states. When we drove here 2 years ago, they asked for tips. All I want to make sure of is that if you are driving through the country and this happens to you, please don't be frightened. It's not like they're going to take over your possessions or anything. It's just some kind of manifestation that the government of Mexico has either chosen to or has been unable to make go away. So let us see what else we have here for you. Boom, ba-ding, bum, boom, bum, boom. Oh no, I should do that like Kathleen and Todd. Boo, ba, boo, 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 boo. I have another bit of news that is important to you. Well, it's important to me. Hopefully it is interesting to you. Is that El Chapo, the notorious Mexican drug trafficker and cartel head who has been in jail, has been extradited to the United States one day before Donald Trump goes away. So this is a really weird and curious timing. I don't know if that one thing has anything to do with the other, but the headline says, one day before Trump takes over or goes away, El Chapo has been extradited to the United States. The extradition has no relation with the fact that Donald Trump stops being a president in the United States. So why would they mention it on the headlines? Maybe it's just clickbaiting. But the bottom line is that El Chapo Guzman is wanted in the United States for a number of charges. He has spent the first night in a United States prison, and was taken to the MacArthur Long Island Airport, where he was received and put into custody by agents from the from the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, whatever the name is. And this is, of course, a high-profile Mexican prisoner, and who's wanted for money laundering and drug trafficking, and who has had television series made, and who has been in touch with all kinds of influential people. And I just thought you would want to know. Let me take a quick look at your comments to now. Let's see. Rita comments about something else. I'm going to talk about yellow tape and restrictions in a second, Rita, but I did not want to stop from acknowledging your comment. Let's see. Alan comments on U.S. politics. I love it. Let's see. Oh, now that was funny. Thank you, Tony. Have faith in the Pfizer vaccine. Don't forget they make Viagra. If they can raise the dead, they can save the living. That is cute. Somebody should turn that into a t-shirt. And let's see. That headline is so wrong. Yeah, I agree with you. But, newspapers are trying to clickbait as possible because, they're also struggling for readers and subscribers and whatnot. So if a headline every now and then is a little clickbaity, it is what it is. I've clickbaited with headlines here at Coffee and Headlines every now and then just to get your attention. And but I haven't tried to be so blatantly obvious that it was offensive, or I certainly hope it wasn't. Well, yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started with whatever it is or wasn't. But tomorrow is going to be a big day north of the border. Let us hope that it is going to go okay. Let's hope that it's going to go okay. And well, I don't think that's the case. Donna, because oh my God, that would be so freaking absurd. That would be so. Okay. We can. I want to say this much about Trump in regard to this bit of news. Trump would be so vindictive and foolish and stupid, really, to pardon this man just as he's leaving the White House. But I don't even know that it's possible. Well, then again, after 4 years of anyhow, no Trump. Yes, Stephanie is right. No politics here, please. Thank you. Let us move on to the weather. And the weather, it's warmer, 26 degrees, feels like 27. It's 78 degrees Fahrenheit. We have a 50% humidity. And today is a perfect day. Today is a perfect day to get revenge on the bully who picked on you in 4th grade. I think that is a great idea. I had a bully that picked on me on 4th grade. But I've learned to forgive him, and he will never know that. And he may never know how much he damaged and fucked up my head. But that's my story, not yours. Let me tell you that the weather for today is going to be mostly cloudy through the day. With a high temperature of 28, low temperature of 20. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, a high temperature of 29, low temperature 20. Thursday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, high temperature of 29, low temperature of 21. So it's good weather. It's good weather to go out walking carefully and responsibly, as we always like to remind ourselves. So let us continue with the one headline that I have here for our friend Michael, who has an obsession with crocodiles And so here's an invitation for you, Michael. How would you like to go swimming with crocodiles? Apparently, I have a tocayo, and a tocayo in Spanish, is somebody that has the same name as you have. If your name is Paul and your friend's name is Paul, you are both tocayos. So this crocodile, his name is Panchito, which is another way to say Paco. So he is my tocayo. And apparently there are viral videos of this crocodile that swims with tourists in Tulum, in one of those natural water pools. And this has become viral. Would I want to be swimming with a fracking crocodile? No, thank you. This would never be something that I would want to do, because what happens if he has a change of mood and all of a sudden, he starts getting bitey and something like that. So, my dear Michael Evans, that one was just for you. You are more than welcome to go to Tulum in Quintana Roo, near Cancun and all those places. You're more than welcome to go and give us your report on what it's like to enjoy. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to throw the intro at you. To go and swim with the crocodiles. Let me take a quick look at your comments, and then I want to share a little bit of a comment with you. Let's see, what do we have? Let's see. I see some interesting contradictions about El Chapo. You are right. Let me see what was the date on this bit of news. Could I have given you 19? Oh, how bizarre. This is very strange, because you are correct. There was a trial and he's been here, there, and everywhere. But this article is dated today, 2021, and it comes from Excelsior, which is one of the most credible newspapers in the nation. So I am going to read through this with a lot of care today, and I will give you back some more information about this, just to have a better understanding of what went on. But I did not want to disregard that Donald told us that he has been in U.S. prison for a couple of years. I don't get it either, Donald. I will research. And Jaime reminds us that the trial has ended. He was found guilty and he's serving life in a supermax in Colorado. Thank you very much for that. Now that you bring that up, yes, that looks a little quirky. Now I'm going to do some research. Thank you for that. Let's see. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, what a nice note, Alex. Thank you very much. I am so very happy that you're finding ways to connect with the destination through coffee and headlines. That's the whole purpose of what we do, and we are always happy to hear that we are accomplishing something positive. Thank you so much for that. More comments about El Chapo. Yes, you guys are right. You guys have proved me wrong, but how bizarre. I'll have to read some more about that. Thank you very much. Let's see what else we have. Claude is asking, how are my eyes? My eyes are so much better, Claude. Thank you for asking. I'm still following the guidelines that I'm supposed to be following, and washing and so forth and so on. And I feel so much better. Thank you so much for that. And I think we are pretty close to the end of our broadcast. I just wanted to share a bit of commentary, if I may, about the recent series of restrictions that we're going through, and how people are reacting to them, and so forth and so on. I've been hearing from locals that are saying, well, why is this restaurant offering music while this one is not? Or why is this performance venue doing shows when the law clearly says that there has to be no live entertainment right now? And some people have sent me videos of people having live music in the restaurants, and some people have told me of grumblings going on. And I myself have been out and about, and I have seen bars that are open and that are serving cocktails, and that are navigating under the notion that they have a food, a restaurant license. But if one was to walk into these establishments and actually did a tally of people that are holding a hot dog in one hand and a drink in another, it's not happening. So again, we've said this before and we'll say it again. Make smart choices about what you want to fret about. It is very unfair. It is very unfair that some businesses think that just having a paper that says you're a restaurant, it entitles you to all of a sudden put a bag of chips on a table and call yourself a restaurant and use that as a lame excuse to take advantage of people whose creative and critical thinking is at a minimum, because what these businesses are doing is enabling these people. And they are clearly looking the other way if they are allowing people to go against the current guidelines. But don't let that get to you. We've said this before. This is a battle that we cannot win. There are always going to be irresponsible people. There are always going to be selfish people. There are always going to be stupid people. And there's only so much we can do about that. All I can recommend to you is, if you walk into a restaurant that is having public entertainment and you feel uncomfortable, walk away. If you walk into a venue, I understand that Encanto is open, and you see that Encanto is has people that are serving cocktails and people are not ordering food. If places like Encanto are not following that guideline closely, you have several choices. You can stay there and be part of that. You can leave and say, okay, this does not seem like what we're supposed to be doing. And you can leave and make it public, which may or may not serve any good. But ultimately, the bottom line is, how are you going to feel about it? How are you going to react? And ultimately, the question that I would like to invite you to ask yourself is, how much am I letting this affect my well-being? Please don't be affected by these situations. I know it is not fair. It is horrible. It is shameful. But first, let us take care of ourselves. Let us take care of one another. And let us make that be a priority. And that is just my humble suggestion. As for me, I don't get invited to places because I have a big mouth. If I walk into a place that is not being fair, that is not being kind, that is enabling people, I will not keep my mouth shut. I will not keep my mouth shut because I feel I have that responsibility and I am happy to embrace it. As for the rest of you, you can continue to send me photographs of people doing shameful things. You can continue writing to me and reporting about them. But again, take good care of yourselves. First and foremost, that should be the most important thing. And hopefully, after that big load that I got off my chest, you will go on and have a wonderful day tomorrow, today, and the rest of the week. We'll be in touch, I hope. I hope you'll come back, and hopefully soon. Have a great day.